It's a beautiful first day of June 2021, and tonight on CCX Sports, a Section 6 4A baseball semifinal matchup between the number 3 seed, the Maple Grove Crimson, and the number 2 seed, the Hopkins Royals. From Hopkins High School, John Jacobson, along with Drew Keel, and welcome to our telecast tonight. Drew, we got a great night. As you can see, the temperature 76, very little wind tonight. Some wispy clouds in the air, but just a great night to play and a great matchup tonight. Two very good teams.
Yeah, John, this has always been a good section for baseball, and Maple Grove comes into Hopkins. Have to adjust to the all-turf field here, but Hopkins, has a good setting. That's why they're able to host this section, play a home game here against Maple Grove tonight. But as you said, couldn't be better weather. It's that kind of weird stretch, early June, where it's hot before the hot and humid weather, before the bugs. Graduation's upon us, but that also means one thing: it's section baseball, which is always a fun time.
The 8 teams in the section played on Memorial Day. So the first round games were played yesterday in this double elimination tournament, with Wayzata winning over Minneapolis South in the shutout. St. Louis Park defeated Armstrong 3-1. Maple Grove will win over Southwest, and Hopkins trailed in that game against Washburn, but rallied to win big 11-4 over the Millers to get to today's games, and those losers bracket games going on today as well. Wayzata St. Louis Park just wrapping up today. They're the number 1 seed. Wayzata is, I should say, against the number 4 Park. And then Maple Grove here in the 2-3. And the winners advancing again on to play at Hopkins here on Saturday. It's a double elimination tournament, so a loss here doesn't knock you out, but a win, you feel pretty good. And you haven't won anything yet, but you're in a better position. And then if you lose here, and you've got to fight your way back through that elimination bracket.
Yeah, section baseball usually comes down to pitching. Whether you have that two or 3 top pitchers that can really get you through the section. We saw Hopkins come back and win. Last night I saw St. Louis Park defeat Armstrong in a good, clean game. Not many errors, good pitching. And St. Louis Park, of course, is the 4 seed. But going over to Wayzata, they beat them earlier this year. And they also have their number 1 pitcher hitting the mound tonight against Wayzata. So it could be a good game out there in Wayzata tonight as we're watching this game here in Hopkins. And these two teams eager to fight their way into that championship round.
There's the batting order for Maple Grove. Cam Elder, the left fielder, leads off. Sam Kleiber at shortstop, batting second. Hunter Gerber at first, batting third. Chayton Fisher, the catcher, hits fourth. Aidan Mcmahon at second base, batting fifth. Zane Vitens at third base, batting sixth. Cole Cryer, the DH, bats seventh. He's hitting for Cole Newell, the pitcher, batting eighth. Jacob Kilzer, the center fielder, and Tanner Albeck is the right fielder, and he bats ninth. And for Hopkins defensively this afternoon or this evening, it's Ryan McGee at first, Jack Primusberger at second, Maddox Mikalakis at short, and Jake Perry at third. Jack Mauser is in left field, Paul Safransky in center, Americo Scolati in right field, Luke Nordine catching, and Jackson View is the pitcher today for the Hopkins Royals.
Yeah, this Hopkins team they usually have a pretty good program, and with Wayzata out there as the number 1 seed, been one of the better teams in state all year. This Hopkins team, this Maple Grove team here tonight, they just got to take care of business tonight and put themselves in a position to hopefully take on Wayzata or St. Louis Park, whichever one it is that comes out of the other game. Priority here is to focus on tonight's matchup.
Hopkins, I mentioned, 8 losses on the season. Played a tough schedule, and I think that's what earned them the number 2 seed ahead of Maple Grove, who comes in at 15-5. Played some very difficult teams along the way. And both of these teams, though, a lot of talent, Drew. And, really the ability, either of these teams, or Wayzata, I feel, any of those 3 could definitely win this section and represent Section 6 4A at state well.
Yeah, usually in the postseason, those cream of the crop players tend to shine, and that's what you like to see from the teams that advance, is seeing their top players kind of lead and kind of set the bar for the other younger players to kind of look up to and say, okay, look at that junior, senior out there hustling their butt and trying to take our team to the next level. And all 4 of these top 4 teams in this section have an opportunity, especially Wayzata. And then these 2 teams tonight, of course, have a really good opportunity because the winner goes on and takes on that winner in the other part of the bracket.
Teams will get a couple days off, as I mentioned, before having to play their next game. The winner moving on to play on Thursday as the tournament shifts from high seed to playing here at Hopkins on the nice turf field that they've got here. That they get its 5th year here. We will take a break. We will come back. First pitch is next. Maple Grove Hopkins baseball on CCX in a moment.
Stem is precise, no margin for error.
Dare to forget that. Dare to have fun with it. Get weird with it. Dare to send those old STEM theories flying past the neighbor's house into outer space. Dare to program something internet-breaking, record-breaking. Dare to blow their minds. Dare to learn the difference between sedimentary and metamorphic rock. Go find those rocks. Dare to keep daring. Dare to STEM. Check out She Can STEM to get started.
We are back at Hopkins High School in Minnetonka, Maple Grove, and Hopkins getting ready to go here. Section 6 4A baseball semifinal round in the winner's bracket. Hopkins, you look at Jackson View, starting pitcher, the senior, and his record on the season, 4-2, 30 1/3 innings pitched, an ERA of 3.69, nearly a strikeout an inning, 26 Ks in those 30-plus innings of work today on the season for the Royals. And Cam Elder will settle in, the first batter of the game for the Maple Grove Crimson. Elder comes in hitting a .370 on the season. Strike call. Evens the count at 1-1. Foul back, it's 1-2.
A lot of space back here. Pass ball, an opportunity for the runner to get on base and strike three pass ball. It's every field you got to get used to and understand the dynamics. And you don't play them too often. You want to know what you're dealing with when you're on a new field.
Up high, 2-2.
Especially when you're probably going to be back here whether you win or lose. Your goal is to get back here and keep playing on this field.
3-2, getting a little high. View second on the team in innings pitched to Ryan McGee, who's thrown 42 1/3 innings. And 3 bad ones in a row to end that at bat, and Cam Elder, good at bat for the Crimson, draws the leadoff walk.
Yeah, good solid at bat there to lead the game off for Maple Grove. Take that walk, fell behind early in the count and worked out a walk. And that's your job as a leadoff hitter at the top of the order. You want to do anything you can to get on base, and took a couple close pitches up in the zone and worked his way down to first base.
Sam Kleiber, left-handed hitting shortstop, batting second. .273 average for him on the season. He's second on the team in RBIs with 15. Right away. So, View has missed the last 5. He steps off the mound now and gather himself, get back up on the rubber.
Got the high socks. I like that. A couple players out there for Hopkins have the high socks with the white ribbons. It's a good look.
Taking, it's a strike to Kleiber. McGee holding Elder on at first. And the 2-1 pitch showing bunt, but it's outside. As he pulled back, it's 3-1.
You don't want to groove one here, but you definitely want to keep it close to the plate and make him at least swing at this pitch. You don't want to give up another walk to start this game.
Foul back, good cut by Kleiber. It's 3-2. He looks into Nordine, delivers low. This is a skip past the catcher. Nordine takes a look, but didn't go far enough away for Elder to advance any more past second, but it is Drew, another base runner for Maple Grove to start the ball game.
Yeah, we're going to get an early mound visit. This is just going to be to make sure everybody's feeling all right. Nobody's got an upset stomach. Nobody's squeezing the ball too hard. It's early in the game, of course, and View's numbers are pretty good. His counterpart on the rotation, McGee, is kind of dwarfs his numbers with his stats at a 1.32 ERA and 50 strikeouts in 42 innings. But View has pretty good numbers. He's got a 4-2 record, as you said, and pretty decent strikeout rate, and his ERA is below 4. But his goal here is to throw strikes, and it'll be interesting to see what Maple Grove does here and how they approach this game early on with their number 3 hitter. Usually in 3, 4, 5, your big power hitters, but with nobody out and runners on first and second, it's interesting to see if they'll sacrifice the out and try and get those runners down to second and third, or keep the bat in their big hitters' hands and let them swing away here.
Yeah, the 3-4 hitters coming up. Hunter Gerber, who leads the team in RBIs with 24 at the plate. 273 batting average, 5 extra base hits for him. First pitch low and away, 1-0.
Yeah, it's got to be perfect here for Gerber here. If he's going to drive one, it better be right down the middle and center plate.
Outside corner for a strike.
Good pitch to take. That's a tough pitch to hit.
He eyes the runner back at second. Low, 2-1.
Yeah, no sign of bunting here. It looks like they're going to let him swing away, and here with a 2-1 count, he's ahead and in control here. He's, again, looking for a really good pitch. Don't want to chase anything.
Cut and a miss. A good fastball that's even up.
Good strong swing, attack. Now it's a different approach with 2 strikes. You got to make sure you protect the plate, put the bat on the ball no matter what. Follow it off at any chance you can. If not, put it in play and have a good solid swing. Drive that ball to right center field if possible.
Off the plate. Good job by Nordine to get out there and get that ball so it didn't get past him.
Yeah, you see View seems to be, I mean, of course he's struggling a little bit here early in the game as having the first 2 walks, but after that pitch he just realized that he wasn't even close where he wanted to put that ball. So big pitch here, nobody out with 3-2 count and 2 runners on already early in the game.
Swing and a miss. A big out for View as he gets Gerber. Chase that one out of the zone. It's the first out of the game.
Huge pitch, and you don't want to say a desperation pitch, but 3-2 count, you don't have to see a breaking ball. If you're not throwing strikes with your fastball, maybe you try something different and go to that breaking ball, because if you're not able to place that fastball, try something different and to do on a 3-2 count. Big motivation booster.
Chayton Fisher is the catcher and the cleanup hitter for Maple Grove.
Yeah, it's almost an impossible pitch to hit. Way outside the plate. Would have been ball 4, but 3-2 count after first 2 batters walked, you don't expect a breaking ball there.
Swing and a miss. And the count evens up at 1-1 to Fisher. Called strike 2, 1-2.
That's what you want to see him doing. As a coach manager, you want to see the pitcher throwing the ball down in the zone at the knees, because those are tough to hit. That's where a lot of hitters like to drive that ball. But if you keep it low enough, it's almost impossible to hit.
Fouled off by Fisher, still 1-2. Another strikeout. And that's 2 away. Runners do move up, though, as it did bounce away far enough for Nordine, for Elder and Kleiber to move up.
Yeah, a couple of big outs there by View to get himself in a position to get out of this jam early in the game.
Well, a strikeout and a passed ball advances the runners. 2 runners in scoring position, and McMahon makes the first pitch way up high for ball 1. Aidan Mcmahon, a .315 batting average on the season. He's ahead in the count, 2-0. 7 RBIs for McMahon this season. A couple big potential ones out there right now. If they can drive this ball, he fouls it off. 2-1. Chop back up the middle. Nice stop at short by Michalakis. His throw to first. In time. By a step to get McMahon and end the inning. Nice play by Maddox Michalakis. Didn't have a lot on that ball, Drew, but it was a good pickup and it got it to McGee in time for the last out of the inning.
Yeah, not a lot of meat behind that swing. The ball barely made it over the pitcher's head, but a couple nice hops, and that's kind of one of the benefits of not only practicing and playing here, but knowing this turf and knowing you're going to get a good bounce every single time. The only thing that would have changed that play is if the ball would have hit the bag. See, it bounces right over the pitcher's head. He's done this play hundreds of times on this field, knows it, throws it a little short, gets a little extra speed on the ball, gets that third out to get out of a jam.
Well, that's huge. It's 2 runners on with the walks to start the inning, and they had the 3, 4, and 5 hitters coming up, and View gets a couple of strikeouts and then the ground out to end the inning. And so nothing across for Maple Grove in the first as the Royals come to bat here in the bottom of the first inning. Let's look at the batting order for the Royals. Jake Perry, an excellent third baseman, will lead it off. Then it's Jack Mauser in left field, batting second. Ryan McGee, the first baseman, hitting third. Brock Zimmer is the DH, hitting for the pitcher View. Zimmer hits fourth. Michalakis, the shortstop, batting fifth. Nordine and catcher batting sixth. Jack Primusberger is the second baseman, and he bats seventh. Mirko Scolati in right field, batting eighth, and Paul Safransky batting ninth and playing center field. And the defense for the Maple Grove Crimson today: Hunter Gerber at first, Aidan Mcmahon at second, Sam Kleiber at short, Zane Vitens at third, Cam Elder in left field, Jacob Kilzer in center, Tanner Albeck in right, Chayton Fisher is the catcher, and Cole Newell is the pitcher for Maple Grove. And for Cole Newell on the season, 35 1/3 innings pitched, 4-1 record. This is his sixth start of the season. Just 17 hits allowed in those 35 innings. Walked 14, and Drew struck out 53 with an ERA of 1.39.
Wilcox will tell you that's a pretty good whip if you convert all those numbers. I think
Sure
he's really
would.
big into that whip and that. I don't know what the other ones are.
His
but
whip is .87. It is excellent, yes.
Anything under 1, I heard Wilcox say is impressive. So especially at this age, if you're able to, some games really get out of control, but if you're able to dominate hitters, you got good stuff.
Jay's a big analytics guy. Perry, a cut and a miss. Good matchup here between Newell and Perry. Great ball players. Now it bounces to the plate, and the count evens at 1-1.
Yeah, the top half of this Hopkins order pretty dangerous when you look at their averages, and be interested to see how Newell battles through it for the first inning, first time through this order.
Perry a .369 batting average on the season as that one goes low and away. 4 doubles, 3 triples, a home run, and 20 runs batted in and 20 runs scored, along with 15 walks. And an on-base percentage, Drew, of .481. Drives this one hard at second, but right at McMahon. He throws to Hunter Gerber at first, and one away in the Hopkins first.
Good solid contact. Just unfortunately right at the second baseman. He has no chance to beat that out. The second baseman is able to play deep enough that he has a good play at first and easily get that first out.
Jack Mauser, he is the left fielder, batting in the number 2 slot today for Hopkins. Mauser comes in a .419 average on the season. Nine extra base hits for him on the season, 23 RBIs. And that leads Hopkins. Skips to the backstop.
I think that's the right call, Brian.
Yep. Ball in the strike.
But it doesn't hurt to ask, especially early in the game. Create that trust with the umpire. Say, hey, I was close. I'm going to trust you. I'm going to ask your counterpart down there first.
Chopper to third off the third baseman's glove, but no play. Mauser of an infield hit. 9-10. It would have been a close play at first and wasn't able to get it cleanly, and we'll give Mauser a hit on that.
Yeah, I think that's a hit. That's a high chopper. Would have been a really nice play if he pulls that off, but really high bounce, that first bounce, and he had to come up quick to get it, and didn't come up clean with it, and easily runner gets down to first base there.
Well, a good backup by Kleiber too, otherwise that skips into short left field, and maybe Mauser's able to get second. As it is, he holds on at first. And it brings up the number 3 hitter, Ryan McGee. The guy who's really got some power, Drew. 7 home runs on the season, 15 RBIs, and a .396 batting average.
Yeah, the other thing to be thinking about here at the way the Hopkins field is set up is that anything on the right side of the field is tough. A throw over to first on a pickoff attempt is going to be tough for that first baseman to see. Line drive here by a left-handed hitter down the line. Hard for that first baseman to see. That sun is glaring down. Later we get in the night, in the evening, that sun's going to be lower and make it even more difficult.
Hit to second. McMahon bobbles it a little bit, but it's got time to go to first and get the out. He may have been going to first anyway, but the bobble certainly limited the chance to get the lead runner. But he does retire McGee, and now there's 2 away. Mauser moving on to second.
Yeah, good solid play. I think he was initially setting up his footwork to go to second, but once he realized he bobbled the ball, made the smart play and just get that one out at first base because his momentum was already going there, and he didn't have a clean play at second, so get that out at second.
Brock Zimmer is the DH. Excuse me, Drew.
Sorry.
Zimmer takes a strike. .350 batting average for Zimmer on the season with 6 extra base hits. Another chance for McMahon. He'll handle it. And clean inning for Maple Grove. No runs, 1 hit. But just the 1 runner left on for Hopkins. So good strong start for Newell. And we have played 1 inning here at Hopkins. No score. Section 6-4A baseball on CCX. Beautiful evening here at Hopkins High School. The Royals and the Crimson, no score after 1. Drew, section tournament play going on this week and next week in all of the spring sports. Busy day for Hopkins. Their girls lacrosse team was over at Breck earlier. The softball team won here against Armstrong a couple of hours ago. Boys lacrosse will be playing at home here in about an hour against Providence Academy.
Yeah, what a fun time of the year, especially with graduation going on, end of the year, summer plans. Families are trying to get to their cabins or wherever they're going, get out of town, go to Mount Rushmore or whatever it is. It's definitely a busy time, and I mean, coming back to this field for me brings back a lot of memories, and it's just a fun time to come back here and think about that life and playing baseball. And for these kids, these are some of the best times of their life to play baseball, high school baseball, and especially be playing for a chance to play in the section championship is even better.
1-2 to Zach Rob Vitens, who a little flare out to second base and caught there by Jack Primusberger. And 1 batter, 1 out in the top half of the second. Now bring up Cole Cryer. DH hitting for Cole Newell. Cryer this season, both a pitcher and a position player and a DH today. Cut and a miss there. That's this one to second. Backhanded there. High throw, but gathered in there by McGee at first. Primusberger right play at second base to backhand it and gets the out.
Yeah, another one of those plays that that ball's just scooting on the infield, and benefit of playing on this artificial turf, there's no lips, no bounces, no nothing. You know that ball is going to scoot there, you know it's going to stay down there, so you can track it. You're not going to really have to adjust your speed or your angle much and come up clean with it. You can get that out.
Jacob Kilzer, the center fielder, batting 8th. They're quickly 2 away here in the Maple Grove second. Cutting a miss. View working quickly in a 3-pitch strikeout. Retire Kilzer for his 3rd strikeout. View, after the 2 walks to start the game, has come back and retired 6 in a row. Inning and a half in the books here at Hopkins. Still no score. Maple Grove and Hopkins. Nice evening at Hopkins High School. Enjoy a ball game. Had a good start. 0-0 as we go to the bottom half of the second inning. Royals will send up their 5, 6, and 7 hitters against Cole Newell, Maddox Mikalakis, Luke Nordine, and Jack Primusberger.
Yeah, quickly moving inning and a half thus far. Might be, hopefully that's how this game goes. It means it's good, clean baseball. Last night I was at that Armstrong St. Louis Park game. I think they played it in like an hour and 15 minutes. I was home for a little longer because I had the kids out there. I was trying to keep them entertained, but before you knew it was like 7:15 and we were wrapping up to head home.
Mikalakis hits it back over the mound, picked up at short of the ball, skipping past and going toward the dugout. It'll be an infield single for Mikalakis. Kleiber's throw off the mark.
Making out of bounds play here. Advancing to second. I think that's going to be the discussion.
Yeah,
here.
you're right. We're going to talk about it.
Another one of those plays where that ball, you know exactly where it's going to be. It just wasn't hit hard enough. Most fields, you probably don't have a chance to make that play, but come up with a clean throw as hard as you can over there. But runner beats the throw, and we got to find out if that ball somehow made it into the dugout a little bit or hit a player or something.
Well, they're still talking about it.
I think that's discussion. Discuss, what in over there would constitute sending the runner down to second base as it's out of play. Probably wouldn't have impacted the play at all, but if there's a bat out there or a weight or anything, a glove or somebody's foot, that's part of the rule.
And he'll stay there. So the errant throw doesn't make a difference, as Mikalakis was beating that one out anyway. So an infield single for him to lead off the Hopkins second.
Yeah, if you look outside of that Hopkins dugout, just to the right of Coach on our left screen, you see there's a bat sitting there. So even if the ball hits that bat and comes to a dead stop, it doesn't really impact the play. But if it's out of the dugout and hits that bat, it's a dead ball, and now you advance the play the next base. Or a chair, a coach's chair it could be too. Anything outside of that dugout. Yeah, see now he's saying that umpire's addressing the players to stay inside the dugout to avoid that in the future innings.
Luke Nordine, the batter, the catcher for Hopkins. Bunt on here, Drew?
You're getting towards the bottom of the order. It might be a good idea. 0-0 game. I don't think that was his A move. I think he knows he didn't show him the A move, but this is kind of one of those situations where if you have a decent runner on base, you might want to try and send him after not being able to get that interference play called by the umpires. But
Nordin not showing anything indicated bunt. He does have a 308 batting average coming in. Takes the first one up high for a ball.
yeah, I think you give him a chance to steal a base here. If he gets another ball, we might see a bunt. For that pitch.
There we go. Right. My count is 1-1.
You know, and it's so difficult at this level. Bunting seems like the most basic thing, and when you get to the pros, they do it so dang well. But they're professional ball players, and they practice that every single day. At this level, it's still really hard to lay down a bunt.
1-1 pitch called strike on the outside corner. It's 1-2 to Nordin. Michalak 4 stolen bases on the season. Being held by Gerber at first. Newell ahead in the count. That's ball up high. It's 2-2. And Nordin swings and misses. First strikeout for Newell, and 1 out in the Hopkins second.
Good breaking ball on the outside half of the plate there. Dropped off the plate, got that strikeout. Tough pitch to hit. The only way you're going to hit that is to drive to the right side of the field. And he had a pull swing there, and step in and try and drive that ball. With 2 strikes, though, you want to do anything you can to put the bat on the ball. Unfortunately, he wasn't able to put it in play.
Jack Primusberger, the second baseman, hit 7th. Throw to first, and Michalak is back in. Strike call. Primusberger, a nice defensive play in the top half of this inning for the Royals. Up high, 1 ball and 1 strike. Michalak again is lead at first. Now the throw over, it was a close one, and he's again back in. We can move by Newell. Pitch to Primusberger. It's a strike. Throw down to second. Michalak has the base stolen. Fifth steal of the season for Michalak.
Yeah, I think that was a good pitch to hit, but I think he realized, as a right-handed hitter with a runner on first base, you can get a look out of the corner of your eye before that pitch comes and know if your runner gets a decent jump. And sometimes you sacrifice and take that strike. If your runner at first has a good jump, you let him go.
Wayzata is the top seed in this section. They lost this afternoon, Drew, to St. Louis Park, 3-0. So Wayzata still in the tournament, but drops into the losers bracket and have to battle their way back.
Yeah, it's a really good team, a good offensive team. They put up some runs in the first game. I think they ran into a pretty strong pitcher tonight, and I think it was Chris Hopkins that took them out for St. Louis Park, and that's one of their stars in the St. Louis Park Orioles baseball team, and came out and shined.
So Park will play the winner of this game on Saturday. Count 2-2 now to Primusberger.
I remember Coach Brian Kelly for Park saying a couple years ago they made it to this semifinal round. You kind of realized that, hey, we ran out of pitching. We were at a point where we don't have the pitching. This year, I think he feels like they have the 1-2 punch at their starting pitcher pitching, and a couple relievers that they could throw out there too to make a good run at this section.
Newell thought that was a pretty good pitch, but missed. It's 3-2. A little high, I think.
Yeah, I think it was a good pitch, but sometimes you just leave those a little high, even though you place it where you want to. The umpire is going to call it consistently if it's up in the zone.
And he walks Primusberger as he turned him away from the plate with that inside pitch. So a single and a walk and 2 runners on with 1 out for Hopkins here in the second.
Right fielder, number 22,
America Sculani, the right fielder, batting 8th for Hopkins.
First time I've seen that name. Like it.
Off the plate, ball 1.
Big spot here for Maple Grove trying to get out of this. They don't want to turn this lineup over and get Jake Perry and Jack back up on top of the order for Hopkins to the plate. They want to get out of here without too much damage.
And strike call, it's 1-1. Minneapolis Southwest beat Minneapolis Washburn 8-2 today in an elimination game. Swung on and hit out into right field, hanging up, making the catch in right field is Allback. Mikalakis tags up, goes to third. Well, that's the second out of the inning. Runners at the corners now, and 2 away for Hopkins.
Yeah, nice play by the right fielder there. Good strong throw back into third base, but the real challenge there is that sun. When that ball's up in the air, I mean, that ball's directly in the line with the sun, and for him to track that down, he didn't even have shades, but good play for him. Good play for him, yeah, good play for him. Key is to block that sun with your glove and keep an eye on that ball and keep following it as much as you can. But once you lose it, you're in a bad spot.
Paul Safransky, the number 9 hitter for Hopkins. Cut the miss, or cut the foul back to the screen, I should say, for strike 1 to Safransky, number 9 hitter today for Hopkins.
Yeah, for Newell, if you get this third out, get your team back at the plate and try and get that first run of the game. Otherwise, you're dealing with you're falling behind or bases loaded with the top of the order for this powerful Hopkins batting order.
Low and away, and the count is 1-1. Fisher's got to keep everything in front of him because Mikalakis won't need a lot of space on a drop ball. This one hit to second. McMahon will run to the bag and get the force out at second to retire Safransky and the Crimson. The Royals, rather, in the bottom half of the second. Hopkins comes up with a couple of base runners, but they strand them both. A hit, 2 left, in after 2. Still no score. Hopkins and Maple Grove.
If you love them enough to crawl into a play place to get them to come down, then surely you'll check nhtsa.gov/the right seat to make sure they're in the right car seat.
John Jacobson, Drew Keogh back here. Section 6-4A baseball, top of the third inning, no score. Number 3, Maple Grove. Number 2, Hopkins. Last batter to hit in this game of the regulars, Tanner Allback to the plate. Fires one out into right, and coming in and making a nice catch, Sculati to retire Allback on a pitch and 1 away in the Maple Grove third. Now bring up Elder. Cam with a walk to start the ball game. Got as far as second base, but that was it. driven high and deep out into left field, back to the wall, and making the catch in front of the fence there is Jack Mauser. First hit ball of the night by Cam Elder, and Mauser retreating makes the catch.
Yeah, Elder just missed that one. He actually squared it up, just didn't time it out right. You can see his weight still on his back leg. Didn't get his full weight into that swing, but good contact, and came up just a few feet short of putting this one out of the park and giving Maple Grove their first lead of the night.
First pitch strike is Sam Kleiber, who was coming up with 2 outs, walked in the first inning. Elder got the third, Kleiber to second back in the first, and Jackson View able to work out of trouble. 2 strikeouts, the ground out.
Yeah, it seems like a long time ago when he was first 2 batters got on base, and it was 3 hitter was up with runners on first and second and nobody out in the top of the first, but he got out of it. He's kept a clean slate since then.
Good called strike. Hughes pitch, nice hard, out of play.
Camera guy up there almost got hit. One of those 2. Bad for you guys. Good highlight.
Would have been bad for them.
It would have been really bad for everybody. That was always my biggest fear running camera. Oh man. Remember your camera guy, Chris Trudeau, he showed me how he was working. I think he was working the NFL. Got taken out on the sidelines. It was amazing. And I was like, gosh, I hope that never happens to me.
Swing, that's a strikeout for View. His 4th strikeout as he's retired 9 Crimson batters in a row. Nothing across for Maple Grove. Crimson still without a hit. We played 2.5, no score. Maple Grove and Hopkins, Section Baseball, live on CCX. CCX Media, your source for great local programming, is now available on Roku and Apple TV. Our free app allows you to stream all 3 of our channels live. You'll also have access to a large on-demand library, including daily newscasts and full sporting events. To find the app, go to the store and search CCX and download our free app. Then sit back and enjoy all of your favorite local content. Now available on Roku and Apple TV. Still scoreless, Maple Grove and Hopkins. As we head to the home half of the 3rd inning, will be the top of the order for Hopkins. Jake Perry leading it off, followed by Jack Mauser and Ryan McGee.
You know, this is where Hopkins likes to do their damage. They've seen this pitcher once. You know what he has to offer is a good breaking ball. He's had pretty good control so far early in the game. Second time through, it's interesting to see how hitters adapt.
Pitch at the plate, it's ball 1 to Perry.
I remember after Perry, after his first at bat, he made a point to go up to the next batter and say, hey, here's what he's got. He's got a nice strong, I don't know what he said, but I assume he said he's got a nice strong breaking ball. Keep an eye out for it. And, you know, you want to pass that information along as much as possible.
Newell misses outside, it's 2-0. Newell has walked 1, struck out 1. A couple of hits in the first 2 innings. This is driven out to center field and deep back, and it's gone! A leadoff home run here in the bottom of the 3rd for Jake Perry, and Hopkins leads 1-0.
Yeah, good at bat for him, good adjustments. Laid off a couple pitches. First time, his first at bat, he may have swung at those and chased them. He was a little more selective there, knew that You know, that breaking ball, he wasn't going to hit something off the plate he didn't want to swing at, and there he got a good pitch to drive. And that's what I tell my young hitters is your most powerful swing is going to be to hit that ball to the opposite alley. Whether if you're left-handed, you're going to hit to the left center field. If you're right-handed, you're going to the right center field. That's where your most power comes from. And to try and teach kids that is so difficult because they want to pull the ball as much as possible. But to really drive the ball, that's the best spot right there is to hit it just over the center field to the other side of where you're on the plate.
Perry's second home run, 21st RBI. This one is hit deep to center. This one will be in the park by Mauser. Bounces at the fence. He'll check into second base with a double. And a home run and a double to start the Hopkins third.
Big spot here for Maple Grove and for Newell to focus in and make sure you don't let this get out of control because you got a big power hitter up here. He's got several home runs on the year, high on base percentage, can easily drive in runs. Don't give it anything deep or low in the zone at knee level that's going to be right across the plate. You want to keep him on his toes. It's almost better to say give him a walk rather than something good to hit, but interesting to see how they approach this at bat.
Mauser's 7th double of the season. Hopkins dugout fired up and this pitch low to McGee. Ball 1.
He's blocked by the catcher there. That ball short, but got down on his knees and blocked it with his knee pads or his chest protector and kept it in front of him to keep that runner down at second base.
Speed pitch just missed outside.
He seems to be going to that breaking ball quite a bit, and that seems to be his go-to pitch. I think Perry's pitch was a fastball down low in the zone, and he drove it. Same with the last pitch was a fastball, but they haven't had a really good contact on that breaking ball, so maybe he sticks with that.
2-0, cut and miss there is 2-1 to McGee, grounded out in his first at bat. Three and 1.
Post pitch, tough pitch to lay off, but outside and up in the zone. Good eye. Worked that count to a really good hitter's count here. Outfield playing really deep, so anything in the outfield should easily score a run.
Takes a strike and the count is 3-2. Good pitch by Newell.
Yeah, again, seeing that breaking ball come in at a 3-1 count is pretty impressive, but you're not able to locate a fastball, which we saw with the Hopkins pitcher early in the game. You try and go to that second pitch, and if you can throw that with a strike, you stick with it.
3-2 pitch. Is down lower. Ball 4. And McGee's got a walk.
Again, not a terrible approach from Maple Grove's perspective. You got a big power hitter up there with nobody out. You got an open base. You get a force at first, second, or third. You're going to get a mound visit here to talk about where you're at in the game. It's only a 1-0 game. We saw the same situation with Hopkins. They had first 2 runners on early in the game. They were able to get out of it. Hopkins was able to get out of the jam. See if Maple Grove can do the same thing and limit this damage at a 1-0 here early in the game. I think, well, Coach, you got to remind everybody where you're at in the order, who's on base, simple things, because you're on the road, you're at Hopkins, it's their home field. Teams easily get riled up. You focus on little things, and it's, hey, stick with what you know how to throw. Understand you get 1 out at a time. Make sure you don't, let this inning get out of control, which it easily could. You got 2 runners on, nobody out. Make sure you're getting out here. Make sure you throw strikes. Don't give up any more free bases. Like I said, that last at bat, not the worst thing in the world to let a base on balls happen with a big power hitter up there. But also remind them, this is your cleanup hitter here for Hopkins coming to the plate. Don't groove anything, but try and get a ground ball and induce a double play.
So Jason Mikolakis, 5th-year head coach for Hopkins baseball. A good program for a long time. He's done a nice job with it. Bunts it back to try to move the runners up. And Newell looked at second, but goes to first. As Zimmer lays it down nicely and gets the sacrifice bunt. Mauser moving up to third, McGee to second.
Yeah, good standard baseball play there. First and second, nobody out. Lay that bunt down. Interesting with a cleanup hitter to do it, but hey, if you can position that runner to second and third with 1 out and have a decent hitter, a good hitter at the plate, see if you can make this game 3-0 here with 1 swing of the bat.
Infield the end for Maple Grove. McMahon maybe back a step. As a strike call to Michalakis, an infield single in the second.
Yeah, it's hard to say without that, the true dirt, but it looks like they're playing even with the bases. So anything hard hit, they'll probably be looking to cut that runner off at home.
That's low.
Those are those little things that you practice early in spring ball and early in the season where, you're not playing for a championship in a regular season game, but, you want to get that good initial lead and a good secondary lead so anything in the dirt you can advance. But here,
Michalakis out into right center field. That's going to drop for a base hit. One run is in. That'll be it. The hold McGee at third. That's a run-scoring single for Michalakis, and it's 2-0 Hopkins. Mauser scores.
Yeah, Will hit ball to right center field. Good hustle by the center fielder. Good beat on it. Just didn't have enough speed, or the ball wasn't hit hard enough to get out to him. So, he kind of sold it like he was going to have a chance to play it. The runner at second wasn't able to break. Kind of had to go back to the bag you see there. And that's why he wasn't able to score. So he held him into one run here. So you got first and third. One out now.
Kills are getting it in quickly.
One out.
One out, yep. And now Luke Nordine. Yeah, you can see in that replay of McGee breaking back to the bag, Drew. And then by the time you saw it was going to drop, there wasn't enough time for him to get home.
Which is the right play, definitely the right play. Because if that catcher, if the center fielder does catch the ball, doubles him off, the run doesn't score. He's out and out.
First pitch strike. Second one on the way up high, 1-1 to Nordine, who struck out in the second.
Interesting to see if Hopkins decides to send that runner down to second base and put the runner in motion. A lot of options here, up 2-0 with runners on first and third.
Newell takes a peek at Michalakis at first and comes home with the pitch. Outside corner for a strike. And he's ahead 1-2. Two and two. Michalakis does go. They get the throw down there. It's safe. Good throw by Fisher.
Throw definitely beat him. I think the second baseman was just too far in the bag. It looked like he almost got him with the tag as the runner threw his hands up, but good slide to stay outside of the bag.
Yeah, he may have tag. Yeah. I didn't see where the tag. Tough to tell from that angle exactly where the sweep tag really makes contact at all. So he gets his second stolen base. McGee held the third, so runners at second and third. Two to Nordine, foul back. 2 runs in, 2 more runners in scoring position here for Hopkins. They look to break it open here in the home half of the third. Swing and a miss. Big out for Newell. Gets the strikeout of Nordine. The second K of Nordine today, and the second out here in the third.
Yeah, nice breaking ball, nice off-speed pitch there. Caught him again trying to drive that ball, but stayed down in the zone, breaking ball off the plate, and got that strikeout.
Fifth strikeout in 38 innings of pitching now for Newell. First pitch swinging. That's going to be a hit. That's going to be extra bases. Michalakis fouls McGee to the plate. It's a double for Jack Primusberger, and 4-0 Hopkins.
Huge 2-out hit there, just down the line. Barely stayed fair, but 2 outs. The runners are moving on contact, and that ball deep into the right field area and allowed those 2 runners to come in and put Hopkins up 4-0. 2-out runs are huge. You get them when you're later in the order on something that's not solidly hit, but hit well enough just inside that line. Easily allows those runners to come in and put them up 4-0.
Primusberger with a huge 2-out, 2-run double. And now the 8th bounder of the inning for Hopkins, America Scolati. Newell's pitch, cut the miss. Good pitch from Newell. And Scolati down on the count, 0-2.
Yeah, his breaking ball has been nearly unhittable. I mean, it's been a great pitch for him to go to, and that was just a great example of how well he can throw it and how hard it is to hit.
Swing and a miss. Newell gets the strikeout of Scolati to end the inning, but a very good inning for Hopkins at the plate. They played 4 runs on 4 hits. No errors and 1 left on for Hopkins. End of 3, the leadoff hitter by Jake Perry getting it started. And it's Hopkins up on top of Maple Grove, 4-0.
Stem is precise, no margin for error.
Dare to forget that. Dare to have fun with it. Get weird with it. Dare to send those old stem theories flying past the neighbor's house into outer space. Dare to program something internet-breaking, record-breaking. Dare to blow their minds. Dare to learn the difference between sedimentary and metamorphic rock. Go find those rocks. Dare to keep daring. Dare to STEM. Check out She Can STEM to get started.
If you love them enough to relearn math so you can teach them math, then surely you'll check nhtsa.gov/the-right-seat to make sure they're correctly buckled in the back seat.
So 4 spot put up by Hopkins in that 3rd inning. Jake Perry with the leadoff home run, but solid hits there. Drew a couple of doubles, single and a walk, and results in 4 runs. And so Jackson View started out shaky the first 2 batters, now in command, up 4-0. But now you want to throw strikes. You don't want to go back to the walks you had to start the game. Just keep attacking the hitters and trying to get ahead of them. Hunter Gerber, first batter, and it's that one just fouled on the first baseline.
Yeah, it's the thing. You definitely want to keep throwing strikes. Don't give up free passes as Maple Grove offense. Don't let them get on base without, risking it out. You want to make sure they hit the ball, and which they haven't done too well this evening. And he's been, after those first couple of walks, he's really zoned in and started throwing strikes and kept himself out of trouble.
Called strike 1 and 2. View's pitch. And View, nice job, but pitcher knocking it down and recovers and throws over to McGee for the out.
Might be a CCX top play there. Good glove, good bounce. Able to stay with that ball. Usually when you make those kind of plays, if you don't get it the first time, you rush yourself and kind of make a bad throw at first, but good little hop. Came up clean with the ball, gets that out. Good strong throw from first base.
Gerber retired, first pitch swinging, bouncer right to the first baseman, and McGee steps on the bag to retire Fisher, and there are 2 outs.
Next up, the second baseman, Aidan Mcmahon.
2 up, 2 down. Here's Aidan Mcmahon. Grounded to short, back on the first. Driven in the air, deep to left, to the fence, and caught in front of the fence by Jack Mauser. That was a little deeper than the one that Elder had last inning. A long shot by McMahon, but in the park. Mauser makes the catch. It's a 6-pitch inning for Jackson View as Maple Grove was quietly in the 4th. Nothing across again for Maple Grove. 3.5 innings played here at Hopkins. 4-0 Royals.
Emotes say a lot, but they can't say it all. Think your guildmate is struggling? Try these dialogue options. beyond emotes. Check in with your guildmates at seizetheawkward.org.
Last week, Brandon met a girl on a dating app. One day after work, he finally found the courage to ask her out. No answer. He started to panic. Was he being too pushy? Maybe it was too
Hey, sorry I didn't respond. I was driving. I would love to go on a date. How does tonight sound?
Brandon tried to play it cool, but inside he knew. A girl so smart, so responsible. She must be a keeper.
Great night for baseball at Hopkins, especially if you're a Royals fan right now. They're club leading 4-0 over Maple Grove as we head to the bottom half of the fourth inning. Hopkins looking to move into Saturday's winner bracket final. The other 3 games in this section are complete today. St. Louis Park beating number 1 seed Wayzata 3-0. And then in the elimination games, Southwest defeated Washburn 8-2 and Armstrong over South 10-1.
I must say, camera guys, that's a great shot. I don't know, people will probably be like, why are you just showing birds? But that's a really cool shot.
Drew appreciates good photography.
And going back to the editing, when Trudeau, whenever he gave me a shot that he fell down or got hit, I'm like, I got to work that in. As long as you're okay.
2 balls and no strikes.
Trudeau like that.
Paul Safransky, the leadoff hitter here for Hopkins in the 4th. He was the only batter not to come up in the 3rd inning for Hopkins. This one foul out of play. Safransky, Perry, and Mauser.
Sorry, yeah, I remember we were talking about that must have been the bottom of the 2nd when Hopkins had a threat going. We were saying, let's, get out of this inning. Don't want that top of the order to come up. And unfortunately for Maple Grove, well, they got out of that inning, but top of the 3rd, bottom of the 3rd is when the damage started to happen. Perry came up, and then they started to hit the ball around. I think what they started to realize is you got to sit on that fastball because that breaking ball has been so good. Wait for a fastball and drive it.
Up high to Newell, the backstop. 3-1. Safransky with a leadoff walk. His 5th base on balls of the season. And now we get back to that top of the order here. Drew Keogh and Jake Perry.
Yeah, Wilcox always taught me about you got to look beyond the numbers. Look beyond the numbers. Don't just look at average. Look at OBPS, and the top 4 or 5 here of Hopkins, they're over 1,000, which is a number you want to shoot for. If you're over 1,000 on your OBPS, which is on base plus slugging, it's a good sign of good hitters, whether they get on base and how hard they hit the ball, because double's worth more than a single, triple's worth more than a double, and so on and so on. And that technically Jake Perry's what, 4 for 2.
Yes. Not out in front of that one. A healthy swing, but out toward the Lindbergh Center. And it's 1-2. There was his last at bat, the home run leading off the 3rd.
Yeah, second time through the order is always more difficult for a pitcher. For good hitters, they learn, they understand, they see your A stuff first time through, and they know what to wait for.
It's missed off the play, 1-2. Good location by Newell there, though. Leads a little off the plate. See if he can get Perry trying to protect the plate and chase that one.
Yeah, if you miss, that's where you're going to miss, low and outside.
2 delivery, fouled away.
If you're Perry here with 2 strikes, nobody out, your job is to get that runner on second base. Of course, he's a big hitter. He's going to try and drive the ball wherever it is. But most importantly, you got to keep contact and put the ball in play as much as possible. And at least try and get that runner on second base.
Swing and a miss. Newell went upstairs with it. Perry swung and missed. Fourth strikeout now for Newell. One out here in the Hopkins fourth inning.
For Newell, good breaking ball there. With, kept it up in the zone. I think he got away with one, but that breaking ball's been good. It's been hard to pick up, and I think that's what Perry's been staying off of. And we saw it in the previous bat, a fastball he was able to drive, and there he wasn't able to figure out that curveball yet again.
High and tight to Jack Mauser. Mauser came in hitting .419 and has helped that batting average, 2 for 2.
Tough guy to get out.
Drives this one to deep center. Back in, and it's gone. A 2-run homer for Jack Mauser. And it's 6-0 Hopkins.
We got a double, single, home run. What is their slugging percentage for Wilcox on that one? That's a pretty good start. A triple away from the cycle, I believe.
Mauser's third home run of the season. And RBIs 24 and 25. Mentioning leads the team and runs batted in. Safransky scoring in front of him, 6-0 Hopkins.
Yeah, not one of those towering home runs that you usually see in the Major League Baseball, but that's not what we need at this level. You need a solid line drive, just up in the air. I think Wilcox would be talking about exit velocity on this one too. It was a good swing.
We got a pitching change for Maple Grove. So that'll be the end of the evening for Cole Newell. We'll take a break. We'll come back. More baseball here from Hopkins. Royals in control in this Section 6 4A game. 6-0 Hopkins our score. Back with more baseball in just a moment.
Today I'm going to talk to you about physics. Come on in, girls. Let's go. This is the first rocket to get humans to Mars. Really tall. I'm a rocket structural engineer designing and building parts of the rocket. You are the generation that will be stepping foot on Mars. Do I have a group of astronauts on my hands? Yes. You can become a rocket scientist or whatever else you want to be.
Hey world, I have a quick message. It's about safe driving. All right, let's go. Anytime you're driving, have the seatbelt buckled tight, both hands on the wheel and your phone out of sight. When not in your hand trying to text somebody back, because if you do, your car might get smacked. The moral of the story, just put your phone down. The people on the road will stay safe and sound. Put your phone down, put your phone down. People on the road will stay safe and sound. Yeah.
New pitcher for Maple Grove, Jagger Cassette, a senior, coming on in relief of Cole Newell. And got to try to keep it at 6-0. John Jacobson, Trujillo with me tonight. A great night, as we mentioned, for baseball. And Drew Hopkins, boy, they look strong.
Yeah, when Coach sent out that stat sheet, that top half of the order, dangerous. And here's another one of their big hitters here. And first time through the order, Newell had a good outing. And I think we saw, starting with Perry, made a couple adjustments and tried to lay off that breaking ball as much as possible. And Hopkins really did some damage when they sat back and got a fastball to drive. And we saw them put up 6 runs here in the past 2 innings.
Cassette with a couple of good pitches to start off. McGee now 1-2. He misses away. Cassette on the season, 20 1/3 innings pitched. He's got a 2-1 record. ERA of 2.07 on the season. 18 strikeouts in 20 innings. 2-2 pitch, and McGee drives this one out in the right field. All back over, trying to cut it off. Gets on past him to the wall. McGee double. He's going to head for third. Big man charging to the bag, and he'll go in standing up. There we go. It's a double and an error. McGee with his first hit tonight.
As you're running down first base, you see that ball, and you can keep an eye on your right fielder. You think he's going to get it. If he doesn't come up clean, you're looking to your third base coach, and as he's wheeling his arm, you're like, all right, I got a triple, and as you got a third. Wait, am I going to keep going? And he was like, I'm gassed. And fortunately, his coach said, hold up. A lot going on there.
Swing and a miss by Brock Zimmer. So 2 runs in for Hopkins here in the 4th after they scored 4 in the 3rd. Another runner out there, McGee in scoring position. Just 1 out, hit to the right side. McMahon looking towards home. Is he going to have time to get the runner? No. Waited a little too long. He looked at McGee back, and then by the time he delivered the throw to first, Zimmer just beat it out. So Maple Grove gets nothing.
Surprised Hopkins didn't have the contact play there on for anything hitting to the right side. Usually a ball hit to the right side with less than 2, with nobody out. Anytime the ball's hit to the right side, you want to go and try and score that run from third base. Took a couple steps, made the second baseman rethink his positioning. The second baseman took a couple steps in. By that time, he decided to go over to first base and was too late.
Zimmer reaches on the fielder's choice, and that brings up Mikalakis.
I think Zimmer even pulled up a little bit thinking the second baseman was going to home with the ball. Fortunately, he just beat the throw.
Low, ball 1.
It's 6-0 lead, good position for Hopkins. But here, if you don't want to give Maple Grove any chance to stay in this game, you want to try and put this out of reach because you want to keep those pitchers' arms rested, and you don't want to get pitch counts up there, and don't want to put another pitcher on the record books for tonight.
One and 1 to Mikalakis. 2 for 2, a run scored and an RBI. Royals shortstop.
Pinch runner here.
We'll get a runner now for Hopkins down at first base. That's Aaron Awney. Will come in and run. And going, Mikalakis slices at the left field for a base hit. McGee is in to score. It's 7-0. Mikalakis is 3 for 3 with 2 RBIs.
Good piece of hitting there. Hit it to the left side of the infield, drove it to the left side. Shortstop's covering second base because the runner was moving, but I don't think he had a chance to make that play. I think it was going to be over his head. But hey, he took him out of a chance to make that play no matter what by putting that runner in motion. And now here they are with a chance to put a few more runs on the board with only 1 out.
Another big inning for Hopkins. Nordine chops it foul at the plate. Cole Newell tonight, 2 1/3 innings, 7 hits allowed, walked 3, struck out 4, and gave up 6 runs. Jagger Cassette hoping for something better here, but Hopkins has continued to hit. Awney at second, Mikalakis at first. Still just 1 out here in the 4th inning for Hopkins. The count 0-2 on Nordine. Low. 1-2. Strawled, strike 3. Nordine out on strikes for the 3rd time today.
Yeah, tough pitch to take there, but good placement by the pitcher. Put it on the outside part of the plate. 2 strikes you want to try and protect, but that breaking ball laid off, and good sell by the catcher.
2 down, here's Primusburger. Good pitch in for a strike. Jack got that big 2-out hit in the 3rd inning. That'll open things up here at Hopkins tonight. Double the Royals lead from 2-0 to 4-0, and puts another ball in about the same place into right field for a hit. 1 run will score. It's another run-scoring hit for Primusburger. Ani scores. It's a 4-run inning again for Hopkins, and they now lead 8-0.
Number 22.
Yeah, big spot here for Hopkins. Just keep piling it on. Like I said, you don't want to take any chances here in the playoffs, because once momentum starts to swing, if Maple Grove gets a chance to put a couple runs on the board, you never know what happens. But if you're Hopkins, you want to take as many chances as you can to put runs on the board when you can.
Mikalakis gets to 3rd, runners at the corners. The Royals have batted around here in the 4th. Scolati hits it to short. The scoop on the throw from Kleiber to McMahon to retire Scolati on a pitch, but another excellent inning for Hopkins at the plate. They bring in 4 more runs, another homer, 4 hits, and they leave 2. We go to the 5th inning. Our score now, Hopkins 8, Maple Grove nothing.
Stem is precise, no margin for error.
Dare to forget that. Dare to have fun with it. Get weird with it. Dare to send those old stem theories flying past the neighbor's house into outer space. Dare to program something internet-breaking, record-breaking. Dare to blow their minds. Dare to learn the difference between sedimentary and metamorphic rock. Go find those rocks. Dare to keep daring. Dare to STEM. Check out She Can STEM to get started.
If you love them enough to relearn math so you can teach them math, then surely you'll check nhtsa.gov/the-right-seat to make sure they're correctly buckled in the back seat.
We go to the top half of the 5th inning. Jackson View with an 8-0 lead as he takes to the mound. Jack Mauser with that home run last inning. Had a big day at the plate, a home run, along with a double and a single. 4 runs in the 3rd and 4 in the 4th for Maple Grove. Not only Drew Keogh without a run, but without a hit through 4 innings.
Yeah, after that shaky start to start the game, he's really settled in and found the strike zone and gotten outs when he needed to.
This one hit out into left center field in a diving attempt that skips past Mauser. On his way to second is Vitens, and he's in with a double. So there's the first hit for Maple Grove. That ends a streak of 12 in a row retired by Jackson View.
Yeah,
a lot of work for Maple Grove yet to do, but there's a start. There's one.
Starts with one. Got to get 1 run at a time. You can't hit that 5-run home run that some people like to think they can do. But good contact to left center field. Good effort here by the left fielder. Comes up short, but that's okay. You're up 8-0. You can take a risk for that ball and try and get that out. You know, your center fielder is backing you up, and you know he's probably going to be in second base whether he stops that ball or not.
Pius will get off the glove of the catcher Nordine into the backstop and moving up to 3rd. Vitens on the wild pitch.
Get a mound visit here to make sure everybody's okay. Remind them, hey, you're up 8-0. Don't put too much pressure on yourself. You had a rough start with those 2 walks. Since then, you've been on cruise control. Gave up a double here. Don't worry about it. Just get outs, 1 out at a time.
Yep, View has been excellent tonight after those 2 walks to start. Came back, got 2 strikeouts, has added a couple more since then. A couple of well-hit balls to the outfield to Mauser and left, but overall he's pitched an excellent ball game here for Hopkins. You don't want to just groove balls either. You want to have them put in play, but you don't want to start taking good swings and just keeping in the strike zone, around the strike zone, without giving too much away.
Yeah, remind them you got a defense behind you. At Maple Grove, the Crimson were probably 10, 15, 20 feet away from 2 home runs out there in left field, but fortunately for Hopkins, they stayed in the park, were able to get the outs. But the Crimson got to remember that, hey, you've had a few good swings. It's 8-0, but it could easily be, 8-3, 8-4.
Cole Cryer, the batter, 1 ball and 1 strike. So the Crimson DH. And a miss. It's 1-2. Jacob Kilzer on deck for Maple Grove. Views pitch, swing and a miss. He's back and gets the strikeout. And 1 away in the 5th.
Pretty good pitch on the outside part of the plate. Tough pitch to hit. You got to drive those to the opposite field. Easy to say, hard to do. With the full count, gets that pitch, and may have been ball 4, but close enough to try and protect, and got the strikeout there.
And first pitch strike to Kilzer, who struck out in his first at bat today. View works quickly, doesn't he, Drew?
Yeah, he's definitely in the groove. I think coach went out there and reminded him, hey, you're in a groove. You're up 8-0. Don't worry about that runner on second base. It happened. Put it behind you. I don't even care if that run scores. Just get out there and throw strikes.
Almost a punch out there. That was pretty close, but just off the plate. It's 1-2.
And I've seen a lot of off-speed stuff, too. Just throw strikes. Throw fastballs and get you your best pitch. If you're throwing strikes, throwing fastballs and strikes. Keep throwing fastballs.
Called strike 3, 2 away.
We saw him earlier in the game have to go to that breaking ball. He wasn't able to locate his fastball very well, so he ended up throwing a few breaking balls for strikes. Now he feels like he's got a little more comfortable. He's more comfortable out there. Of course, he should be when you're up 8-0 late in the game, and now he's just sit back in that fastball.
Called strike to Tanner Albeck. Off the plate, and it's 1-1. Albeck 0 for 1, flew to right in his only at bat so far. That View is just dealing strikes, Drew.
He's feeling good out there, just rocking and rolling, and I think his defense behind him is really enjoying it because he's not letting them get set in their back, in their heels. They're staying on their toes, and before they get reset, he's throwing another strike.
Hit out in the air is center field. It hangs up though. And Safransky makes the catch. Albeck drives it, but right at the center fielder. With a few steps over to left and makes the catch. So the leadoff double doesn't hurt View. No runs. The first hit of the game for Maple Grove, but not able to bring him in. 4.5 innings played. It's 8-0. Hopkins up on Maple Grove.
CCX Media is the first place you go for local news and sports. But did you know you can sign up for those stories to go straight to your inbox on our website? Simply go to ccxmedia.org. Click on the subscribe button, and from there choose which notifications you want to receive. Then we'll send your favorite CCX Media news, sports, and city events straight to your inbox. Sign up now at ccxmedia.org.
Darby Carlson in his 25th and final season as head coach at Maple Grove, stepping down from coaching. Just got his 400th career win, Drew, a couple of weeks ago. 8 state tournament appearances through the years for him, and one of 2 original coaches still on the staff, head coaches at Maple Grove. Ken Thompson there to the left, to Darby's right, also retiring. Ken's been a long-time baseball man with Maple Grove and Osseo. Those guys have seen a lot of baseball and done a great job with this program.
Good for them to stick with the program for that long. They've had some good years, some bad years, but hey, it's all about getting the program to have success and getting kids to learn, have fun, teach them things about the sport, about responsibility, about life. And I remember interviewing Coach there back 15 years ago when they were still a younger program. They weren't young, but they were younger, and they were one of the teams that people really wanted to play because they were like this fancy new program, and they had a good program. They had good kids coming through there, and that's how you set the example. You build a strong program, and now they're that established baseball program that people like to go out and play.
We move to the home half of the 5th inning. Paul Safransky will lead it off. He started last inning, Drew, got that leadoff walk and triggered the second big inning that Hopkins had.
You like to have a batter like that towards the bottom of the order, hitting ninth, to do anything they can to get on base, to turn it over and get it up to the big hitters. And you may not be out there hitting home runs and triples off the wall, but you're taking pitches, working the count, trying to set yourself up, set your team up for success.
Ahead in the count again. That one turned him away from the plate. And it's low for ball 4.
Your OBP, that's what you want from those hitters. That, if you got a 3-0 count, do whatever you can. Take that ball. I keep telling my son, he takes a lot of walks. He's a shorter player, but I keep telling him, hey, it doesn't matter if you hit the ball hard at somebody or you take a walk. I'd rather have you take a walk. Of course, you want to hit the ball. That's what your goal is as a hitter. But when you're playing a team sport, you want to do whatever you can to help your team win the game. And the best thing you can do is to get on base.
We're going to get our second pitching change of the game for Maple Grove as Cassette will come out.
Number 6.
Michael Ross, sophomore, will come in and pitch now for Maple Grove. We'll take a break. We'll come back. Ross gets his warm-up tosses in. It is 8-0. Hopkins leading. More baseball on CCX in a moment.
CCX Media, your source for great local programming, is now available on Roku and Apple TV. Our free app allows you to stream all 3 of our channels live. You'll also have access to a large on-demand library, including daily newscasts and full sporting events. To find the app, go to the store and search CCX and download our free app. Then sit back and enjoy all of your favorite local content. Now available on Roku and Apple TV.
Michael Ross in to pitch for Maple Grove, the 3rd pitcher of the day. Ross has worked just an inning this season. Drew is also a position player for Maple Grove, second baseman.
Not the ideal situation to come in, but hey, take your lumps, get out there and throw strikes if you can. You'd say pressure situation, but really it's just, you're down 8-0. It's not a garbage game. At this point in the season, every team has a chance. And even though you're down 8-0, you still have a chance. But, you're at risk of here.
Perry hits this one into center field for a base hit. Sam Harris, who had come in to run, will scoot home, and it's 9-0.
And Perry stays hot at the plate. And like I said earlier, it's down 9-0. You're at risk of getting 10 run. And for Hopkins, you're not pouring it on. It's not poor sportsmanship. You're trying to do whatever you can to end this game at 10-0 after 4.5 innings, 4+ innings, because then you don't have to put another pitcher out there. You don't have to run pitches up on your starting pitcher.
Mauser's had a great day at the plate. Well, he would love to have a triple to end the game here.
That would be a really good way to end
complete the
it.
cycle. He's had a couple nice catches out and left. Hardy 3 for 3. That's not going to happen. Hits this one up in the air to Allback, who's over to the line and will make the catch.
Oh, yeah, he came up short.
Got a base hit, though, and moves the runner over Perry to third. So it is a 4-for-4 day for Mauser, as this one drops in front of Allback, and he couldn't make the catch on it, but it is a hit. And Perry scooting on to third base. And now, get him home, and the ball game's over.
Yeah, I think his previous at-bats bought him some green there and, had to play him a little deeper.
McGee at the plate. Mauser a single, double home run and a single. Now McGee, who had a double last time, has also walked and grounded out. Ross's pitch fouled away.
Much different breaking ball than the previous at-bats that he's seen. The Maple Grove pitchers, this one a little slower. He had to adjust and cut him off guard, and he's looking to really hammer something, but really all you want to do is just put it up in the air deep in the outfield. Outfielders are playing really shallow.
Cut and a miss. 1-2. Now the strikeout, and there's out number one. So good job by Ross to get the first out. And they get a couple more here. Keep this game going.
Hanging on, got that strikeout, one out at a time.
Brock Zimmer, the batter. And I think if you're Hopkins, you see the infield in for Maple Grove. Any kind of chopper that's going to score Perry from third.
Yeah.
Maple Grove trying to prevent that. And it's driven out into center field, and a diving catch out in center. And the runner did not tag. And the game continues on the flyout. What a nice diving catch by Jacob Kilzer out in center. I think maybe, I don't know, Perry assumed it was going to drop and was kind of caught off guard on that. So I think he could have scored if he had been tagging, but it was a little bit off the bag. As it is, it's now 2 away. So Ross comes back, it's the strikeout. Zimmer hits it well. And Kilzer a nice grab out in center field for the second out.
Any other point in the season, that's probably a base hit and then's the game. But I think Perry got a little talking to from the third base coach. You understand the game situation here. Anything hit, you got to make sure it's down, or otherwise you're sitting here and tagging. And unfortunately, he misread that and had to hustle back to the bag and didn't want to force a play at home.
Here's Mikalakis, who's 3 for 3. Fouls it out of play, and so Ross works ahead 0-2. Off the plate, runner going to second. Not going to draw a throw as Mauser get a stolen base, uncontested.
Yeah, if they're going to give you that, you might as well take it, because now a grounder up the middle, they got to go to first base. They don't have a chance to get that force out and get out of this inning at second base.
Ross's 1-2 pitch misses. 2-2. Nordine on deck for the Royals. Mikalakis chops it down to first. Play made. Running over to first. Making the play there is Gerber. And so Hopkins gets a run. They threaten to end it, but can't. And Ross, a good job, gets the last 3 hitters, the 3, 4, and 5 hitters out. And the game continues. So a run for Hopkins. We played 5. 9-0. Hopkins.
If you love them enough to suck the snot out of their nose at 4 a.m., then surely you'll check NHTSA.gov/the right seat to make sure they're in the right car seat.
Jackson View throwing a one-hitter through 5 innings, 9-0. Royals lead as we go to the top half of the 6th inning. And the top of the batting order for Maple Grove. Cam Elder, Sam Kleiber, and Hunter Gerber, scheduled hitters.
Yeah, we said it before, but View has really settled down, going back to those first two batters of the game, walking them. Putting Maple Grove in a good position to jump out to an early lead, and little do we know that he'd settle down and rock and roll and start throwing strikes like he has been the past 5-6 innings.
.67 pitchers for View. He threw a lot in the first inning. He's been pretty efficient with his pitch count since.
One of the big benefits of having a big lead is you can sit there and throw strikes, throw your best pitch. And, if you feel confident throwing strikes and control it, stick to that fastball.
Elder a walk and a flyout in 2 at-bats today. The loser of this game will play Armstrong Wednesday here at 4:30. Elder gets on with a walk to start the inning. The winner will play St. Louis Park here Saturday at 4:30.
It'll be hot summer baseball by that time. It's supposed to be 90, 95, I think, on this turf.
It'll be even warmer on the turf. Up high, ball 1 to Kleiber.
But hey, after last year, being able to get out and watch high school sports has been a blessing.
Absolutely. Strike call. 1-1. Kleiber 0 for 1 with a walk today. Skip to the plate, 2-1. Still 73, Drew. A little breeze.
Yeah, this is. I saw neighbors out walking yesterday or the other day, and this is the best time of year. No humidity, no bugs. Still warm enough. A little breeze. It's beautiful.
That's flared into right. That's a base hit. Stopping at second is Elder. Kleiber's got a hit. And 2 runners aboard for Maple Grove to start the 6th. So maybe you don't have enough, Drew, to come all the way back today, but if not, you're building toward tomorrow. Get some good swings, get some balls in play, get some hits today.
Yeah, build some confidence. Feel comfortable at the plate. Plan on seeing these guys again down the road. Because whether it's them, Hopkins, them, St. Louis Park, or Wayzata, or whoever it is, you want to keep playing and build that confidence at the plate. Feel good about how you're seeing pitches. Keep driving the ball.
How about a play by Gerber, 1 strike. You saw in that shot a few moments ago, the stadium to our west here. High school lacrosse going on tonight. Hopkins and Providence boys playing in a tournament game, first round, Section 5. Cut and a miss by Gerber. There it is. Tight there, and it's ball and 2 strikes on Gerber. Is 0 for 2 today. Crimson with just 2 hits in the game. So a chop to second. Go to second to get 1 back to first for the double play. Primusburger to Michalakis to McGee on the 4-6-3 double play, and there's 2 down.
Yeah, nice play there by the second baseman. Quick flip to the shortstop to get the first out. That runner was right there close to him. The runner made a nice play to kind of slow up and don't run into the tag. But we saw that in Major League Baseball the other day where that first baseman tried to run the runner down. It's like, just get the force out. Get the out. Don't worry about chasing down a runner. Did you see that play? That was one of the oddest plays I've ever seen.
Step on the bag is all you got to do.
And the thing is, there were 2 outs. Like the coach, the manager after the game said, this game's been being played for like a million years. I think we all know that if you get that third out, that run doesn't count, but I don't know what we're doing. But in the moment, it's hard. I mean,
Shaden Fisher trying to keep things going here for Maple Grove in the 6th. Up high. Fisher today, a strikeout and a ground out in his 2 at-bats. This is hit to second. Primusberger to McGee at first. And Maple Grove is out of the 6th. They get a walk and a single to start the inning. McCann do an inning with it. No runs and a hit. 1 left, 4 stranded for Maple Grove. Bottom of the 6th coming up. 9-0 Hopkins.
Emotes say a lot, but they can't say it all. Think your guildmate is struggling? Try these dialogue options. Go beyond emotes. Check in with your guildmates at seizetheawkward.org.
Last week, Brandon met a girl on a dating app. One day after work, he finally found the courage to ask her out. No answer. He started to panic. Was he being too pushy? Maybe it was too...
Hey, sorry I didn't respond. I was driving. I would love to go on a date. How does tonight sound?
Brandon tried to play it cool, but inside he knew. A girl so smart, so responsible. She must be a keeper.
No runs, 2 hits for Maple Grove, 9 runs, 12 hits for Hopkins. We go to the home half of the 6th inning.
Yeah, middle part of the order, or middle part of the game was a big part for Hopkins. First time through the order when Maple Grove was pitching that a good first couple innings, but the second time through, the Hopkins batters made some big adjustments, sat back on that fastball, started driving the ball, got a couple home runs, and put up a couple 4s in the 3rd and the 4th inning. Now they're up 9-0.
Michael Ross' first full inning of work came in relief in a tough spot. Retired McGee, Zimmer, and Michalakis to end the inning. This is Nordine hitting this one a long way to left, and it's gone. Luke Nordine ends it. A walk-off leadoff home run here in the bottom of the 6th inning, and Hopkins wins 10-0 in 6. And what a nice way for Luke Nordine to end the day. It struck out 3 times, and he jacks a home run to left, and the ball game's over.
Good for him. He finally got in the hit parade. He had a couple of tough at-bats, took a called 3rd strike, I believe his last at-bat with a couple runners on, and left a few runners on base. But that time he sends him off with a win on a home run. Good end of the game for him, and a good offensive performance for the Royals. You know, if you're Maple Grove, not a terrible game. Of course, it's 10-0, but hey, you got to put that behind you. Solid pitching, just a couple key hits for Hopkins to kind of break it open early in the game, and then they just kind of lost their concentration and focus, and Hopkins just rolled from there.
Few gets the shutout, the 6-inning shutout, improves his record to 5-2 on the season. Cole Newell takes the loss, drops to 4-2. The 3 home runs. As you look now at the winner's bracket, Hopkins in St. Louis Park will play here Saturday afternoon. Drew Keogh and the winner moving on to the championship game here at Hopkins on June 9th. But the Royals in a great position and really played well tonight in all facets of the game.
Yeah, they started off slow and rough on the pitch, on the mound. You know, rough start for their pitcher, but it's hard to say he had a rough start when he ended up with 0 hits through like 5 innings pitched and ended up with a shutout. But hey, he figured it out, got his curveball to locate, or his fastball to locate, and just started throwing strikes and zipping them in there. And Maple Grove, you know, just couldn't put the ball in play and get enough runners on base. And Hopkins just, you know, really put it on him tonight.
Well, let's see how it ended. Luke Nordine crushes it left, yes.
Yeah, he had a couple strikeouts, 3 strikeouts earlier in the game, and he kind of felt like he was letting his team down, but finally got the bat on the ball, squared it up, and great way to end the game. Good fun game for Hopkins. And for Maple Grove, like I said, you got to put this behind you. You got another foe you know pretty well in Wayzata right down the road. And you got to focus on that and figure out where you're going from there.
Maple Grove will take on Armstrong in a loser's bracket game here Wednesday afternoon. Hopkins will play St. Louis Park here Saturday at 4:30. That'll do it for our telecast today. For Drew Keogh and all of our crew, I'm John Jacobson. Thanks so much for watching us. Our final score is Section 6 4A baseball. The Hopkins Royals win it over the Maple Grove Crimson 10-0 in 6 innings.